Your mic on?
Oh, am I? I think, yeah. I'm rolling.
Okay, cool. In the ears. What have you been up to?
Well, I went to hot ass Southern Oregon.
Is it hotter there? That much hotter there?
It feels like it. Yeah. I mean, it gets hot in the summer. There's always fires and stuff down there too. But they're not as close to water, I think, is the big issue.
So it's dry.
Yeah. I'm from the Rogue Valley. So it's this like hot bowl of air. And
wow.
Landed at the stunning Medford International Airport. It has 4 gates.
Oh.
Not 4 terminals, 4 gates.
Wow. Wow.
It's eensy weensy.
A hub.
Yeah, it is. It's a bustling.
Yeah.
It has 1 baggage claim. Like, it's just hilarious. But pretty easy to get through. So,
nice. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Stepped outside on the like blacktop parking lot. It was scorching. It's like, I'm not made for this stuff anymore. I've grown soft in my pb&j northern ways.
Yeah. I feel like the sun, me and a friend were discussing this the other day, that the sun is like closer to the northwest, so it feels hotter at like less temperatures than like being in the south and being hot. It feels a little different.
Like you could climb up into the 90s before you start being like irritated by it down in the south.
Yeah.
And
or like
here,
the 80s
like,
feels different, but like up here 75, people are like, it's hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, because we had just had that like a nice 80-degree day here in Tacoma. And that felt quite hot.
Right.
Like, it was like sweaty. But then down there, it's, just it gets, the heat feels different.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the, like, whatever the lack of or the inclusion of humidity. Is it a dry heat?
Are you pro humidity? I'm pro humidity.
Really? I'm shocked.
I love the heat, dry, humid, etc.
You'll take it. You'll take it and you'll bake in it.
I will. And the humidity, although it leaves the film on your skin, I don't know. It's just something it's invigorating.
I hate the humidity. I think I can get used to it if I'm in the place for long enough. But when I'm struck with it suddenly, it gives me that feeling of like being moist that is one of the feelings that I can't really abide. Like, as we've discussed, my like drying off after the shower or like after washing my hands, I really want to feel dry. Okay. And so like having that sheen or like where you peel your skin's touching itself, like your bent elbow or whatever, and it like unsticks.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. You get out of the shower and you're still like kind of wet.
Dewy.
Yeah. But I love the glisten it gives. I feel like my skin looks good.
Oh, and it does kind of good things for my hair.
It does good things for my hair as well. Yeah, I feel like my curls are popping more.
Bounce.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, I embrace the humidity and the humidititties, as they say. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you like just start dressing a different way.
You do.
I think, yeah.
You got to be free. That's when you start wearing your swimsuit as a outfit on the sidewalk.
Absolutely. Like, I have an open oversized button up just over a swimsuit. Yeah, I'm calling it a day.
Exactly.
This is reminding me about our vacation cocktail conversation about White Russians and hot weather. Okay?
Yes.
And as soon as we wrapped recording on that episode, I went downstairs and pulled a bottle of Kahlua out because I believe I claimed that it was like chocolate or like nut flavored. Completely wrong. It's coffee flavored. Yeah. I was way off. So might be listeners, but that did make me like want to explore some cocktail options. And I've been workshopping with my fam. So I will bring to the table a White Russian on vacation in Thailand.
White Russian in Thailand.
As soon as possible.
Awesome. I can't wait.
That'll be some exclusive content.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to share the recipe with listeners if you want to get in on it. And this is This Normal? The podcast where we discuss people's quirks, queries, confessions, and dissect if they are normal or something completely different. I'm Alyssa Yeoman.
And I'm Erin Ingle.
Yeah.
And we're back, baby.
We're back for another week.
Another episode, some more pressing and pertinent queries.
Yes.
In this modern world that we're living in.
Yeah. I wanted to start today talking about fruits. It's the summer. Everybody's getting their fruit on.
Juicy.
Yeah, it's nice.
I had some watermelon juice this weekend. It blew me away.
Yeah, we got a watermelon and Isaac made juice with half of it. And I'm like, okay, I'm pro watermelon juice. Great palate cleanser.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice little, very refreshing.
Amuse-bouche.
Yes, I believe that's what it's called in France.
Sure. Fancy restaurants.
Okay, I was like, that sounds French to me. I don't know other languages, but I've been thinking about, because the way I like my fruits, is particularly...
Is it like you like your women?
Yeah. Yes. Overripe. I like my strawberries. I like a little on the edge, almost when they're like maybe even getting a little softer.
Like their final days?
Like their final days. And I like my bananas underripe where there's still a little green on them.
Okay, could not agree more about the bananas.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I love a green banana.
Yes.
And a small one too.
Okay.
That's an opinion. I do not want a banana that's like much bigger than my like finger spread, the like pinky to thumb.
Okay.
I can't. It's a bit of an aggressive flavor for me to be on a sweet thing that big.
Okay.
But I like the underripe a little firmer.
Yes, it's a little firmer because I think bananas, when they get too soft, it's just like they have the taste of softness, and they
do taste soft.
Yeah, and they have that like, and you cannot get me to touch the brown part of a banana.
Do you like cut it out?
I'll give it to the dog, or yeah, because he'll eat any part of the banana, so he's happy with whatever. But my strawberries, I know I was like, ooh, is this a little? I felt a little abnormal. I felt a little special eating strawberries that far
cuspies.
gone. Yeah, on the cusp.
I mean, I would still go for it for sure.
Okay.
But I do. I'm for some reason, even though I love fruit, I'm always letting my fruit go bad.
Really?
Yeah. Even in the fridge, my fridge fruit. Like, I don't know what my problem is. I'll buy blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, whatever. Usually I'll have it with my like yogurt in the morning.
Right.
There's always like 4 pieces at least and not always, but I have to work hard to make sure I don't let them die.
Is there just too much fruit in the package for you?
Maybe I need a smaller package, because maybe that's my issue is I want to buy the bargain. So I'm like, give me the double size because it's marginally cheaper. And then I just can't go through it.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, you gotta freeze it, rinse it and freeze it.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Plan Ahead.
Who does that? Who does that? I feel like I freeze it on the last, like on its last leg, where I'm like, oh, I need to freeze it like today, or these are gonna go bad.
But that's gonna make prime smoothies for you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Do you feel like the strawberries that are in the state that you like them, would somebody maybe pass on them?
I think sometimes people would pass on them because I'll pick out, strawberries that get bad. You got a few bad ones in there and you pick out the bad ones, and then the rest in there are a little soft and they're like maybe not, like I think people might pass on it.
Yeah. They're like, these are working on, these are hospice strawberries right now in their final
so much
days.
Sweeter in their final days.
I like it.
Because I was realizing strawberries aren't that sweet otherwise.
No, they're a little tart, right?
Yeah, they're a little tart.
Which I think I like. I really like tart things. So maybe I'm more of a ripe strawberry, but I still would go for a juicy, like the flesh is getting a little soft, like where if you pick it up, it's going to stain your fingers a bit.
Yummy. That's where I like it. That's a sweet spot.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Okay.
I would say normal.
Normal.
I love normal, but I might just be affirming you because I agree. So
we'll find out from our listeners, I'm sure.
I'm sure strong opinions on fruits.
I want to know.
Okay. Are you a believer that, outside of biologically, but like spiritually, is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable to you?
Okay. So this is a tough one for me because recently this week I was like, all right, tomato, you are a fruit, because I put a tomato in it like stays good longer than I feel like a vegetable, which I feel like fruits stay better a little longer.
Love it.
No science behind that. Just
it's
anecdotal.
all feeling.
Yeah. Anecdotal. Just from my life. But I don't use it like a fruit, nor do I intake it like a fruit.
You're not going to put the fucking slice of tomato in my yogurt. You'll be kicked right out of the house for your deviant lifestyle.
Exactly. So I'm like, it doesn't act as a fruit though.
Yeah. And the only fruit you could put on like a sandwich is going to be like a pineapple on a burger. So
right.
the tomato definitely behaves like a vegetable.
100%.
I have a weird thing with tomatoes where like I'm kind of 50-50 on liking them. And then like, it's like every other one that I grab, I'm like, yeah, I'm into a tomato. And then sometimes I'll grab one and I'll be like, this is foul and disgusting to me.
Really?
Like, yeah, they're like I don't know if it's the sensation of like the popping like goo in my mouth. Like like squirts to the back of my throat and makes me want to puke or something.
Oh, those are strong words against the tomatoes. Coming for tomatoes. Yeah. Coming for big tomato.
However, I love them as a sauce. I love them cooked. I love them pureed.
So it's just basically raw. Like if you're doing a raw. So like you're not popping out cherry tomatoes, popping them in your mouth for a snack or anything.
This is what I think is the special thing is that sometimes I'll go for it. Like if I got a veggie tray in front of me and I want to not look like a child and like try everything on the tray because for some reason I perceive that other people are judging my choices from a veggie snack tray, I'll go for a cherry tomato. I might be okay with it and go back for another. But sometimes I'm like, oh,
the vibe is off.
Yes.
Oh,
what is it? Is it the breeds? Is it the?
Yeah, maybe it's certain tomatoes. This feels special to me, though.
I thought you might think so.
I think so. Only because it's sometimes working out. It sounds like you'll have a will they, won't they relationship.
We do.
You and
We're
tomatoes.
on again, off again. Yeah. So some people are like, my brother is pretty firmly across the board anti-tomato. You know, like he's get it off my sandwich. Don't put it on my burger.
Wow.
Doesn't really want it like in sort of any sort of like solid consistency in a soup or a stew.
Okay.
Like if it's pureed down in full sauce, he's I think down with it, but I don't think he would want like a chunky tomato like veggie soup or something like that.
Is he going for like a red sauce pizza or is he like a white
he will
sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like but like that tomato has then transformed into something different.
Okay. I have a friend who's so anti-tomato they don't do red sauce.
Wow.
Which I was like, you don't do red sauce.
How do you live?
I know. That felt like a whole nother level. But I think, not having a firm stance, it does feel special to be ambivalent toward.
I'm a tomato waffler.
You're a tomato waffler. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm alone.
Yeah.
I'm all alone
Maybe someone
out
else
there.
feels that same way. I can see how the squirting to the back of the mouth like sometimes would really like turn you off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll probably think of that the next time a tomato squirts and I'll be like, oh, this isn't the vibe, So I do feel that.
Well, maybe I'll change some minds out here.
Yeah, let's find out if other people. What's your relationship with tomatoes?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Do you feel like they're a fruit? Do you feel like they're a vegetable? Like, what do you think a tomato feels itself in its heart?
Exactly. Exactly. Should we hop into more food related? Is this normal?
Yeah,
we
some
got
submissions.
Yeah.
Excellent. Should I kick it off?
Yeah, let's kick it off.
I'll do this one because I know the next one is of particular interest to you. So I'm going to start this one off. Is it normal to store my butter on the counter and not the fridge? And I believe it means in the fridge rather than on the fridge.
Right. I feel like that is, it's like chef level people who keep the salt in the little ramekin versus a salt in the salt shaker. I feel like you have like a more upscale kitchen, keeping your butter on the counter.
Behave.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're like, I'm cooking enough that I can keep this butter on the counter.
What? Yeah. Wow, I think that's a really good take. Like to have it to be chef behavior. However, now that you've said that, I only use my counter butter for spreading, and I use fridge butter for cooking.
Oh, okay.
Is that weird?
No, I mean, I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense because it's so hard to spread out of the fridge.
Yeah, and
if you have that counter butter, you're good to go.
And it's hard to get a measurement out of the counter butter.
True.
Versus in the fridge, you got your number guide on the stick.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've had a couple different butter dishes in my life, and one of them will not stop smelling weird. I haven't used it in like a couple years because it has a strange musty smell to it. So now it's just decor because it's got like a cute little vintagey mushroom thing going on. But that did unnerve me a bit to where I was like, what's going on with this butter at room temperature?
Yeah, is this kosher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this safe?
I don't know. I mean, I hear in other countries, I mean, I heard this is because they don't have the same amount of antibiotics in their meat, but like people store their meat and eggs on the counter versus in the fridge. I heard that's like very popular and something, you know, done. But I'm like, butter might be the same way, where it's like, is there too much processed stuff in our butter that makes it bad for the counter? But I don't know. It feels normal though to store your butter on the counter.
Yeah, there's
there's a whole, like half the population does that. I feel like it's got to be half and half fridge or counter butter.
Walk by it, put your finger in there, have a little suckle,
have a little look, keep it moving.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Cap it back up. I mean, I think if you're, I wonder how many people have counter butter like in a device, like, or like, you know, something, a butter specific storage versus like on a plate. Out and about.
I think you gotta put it in that storage, though, because if you're putting it in the counter open air,
that's pretty ballsy.
You're asking for it.
Asking for some dust.
Ooh, little fruit flies come in, something like that. I don't want anything landing on my butter.
No, and a butter's an attractive place to land, I bet.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a sponge of just absorbing things in the air or something.
You ever know anybody that has one of those butter containers that like submerges it in water?
No,
those are fancy.
I haven't heard of this.
It's like a pottery thing. Like it's like a cup of water and then the butter is like spread in another cup that is then upside down. So it's like sealed, I think is the idea. It's like airtight because it's in the water. But then you do have a little bit of wet butter when you flip it up. It's like, you know, they don't like mix whatever that term is when oil and water don't combine, or fat and water. So, but you still have like a wet droplets on top of your butter when you start to spread.
A little dewy butter.
A little dewy butter. It's been spending too much time in the humidity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sounds special.
Yeah.
But I think you definitely need a container for it. If you're just storing your butter on the counter and it's regular wrapping paper or on a plate, I will advise you to cover the butter.
You're chaotically living.
Yeah, exactly.
Cover it up.
But I think it's totally normal to store your butter on the counter.
Counter butter, file under normal for me as well.
Okay, perfect. All right, our next one. This feels like we've so familiar, but I don't think we've done it.
It's because it's one that you and I have read to each other so many times.
Yeah, this one is a wild one. Okay, so is it normal to take a sip of a sugary beverage, swallow, then regurgitate it back into my mouth multiple times because you absolutely love how it tastes?
Woo, what a journey.
Yeah. Thoughts, feelings.
This feels like a child's behavior. And I'm not mad about it. I have a new baby. Sometimes he throws up the milk that he drinks. Sometimes it comes out of his mouth. Sometimes he just lets it linger and he swallows it back down. So,
So people have been doing this since birth.
This sugary beverage. I wonder if this is a person that was like deprived of sugar when they were a kid.
Yeah.
Too. You're like, oh, it's so good.
I just need more of it. Yeah, the regurgitating it back up, the mechanics of that, like swallowing it a little and it coming back, is maybe throwing me a little bit because I'm like, that takes serious throat power. You're like holding it in the middle of your trachea and bringing it back up. And
it's got to be changing its chemistry once it goes down the throat a little bit too.
Yeah, the sweetness probably changes.
I think I was like kind of imagining it more of like a swishing around like a mouthwash, like truly the anti-mouthwash,
right?
But that it's all the way swallowed and coming back up.
That changes it. Like I get a swish. Like you get a nice cold Coca-Cola on a hot day. Let it linger in your mouth for a second. Feel that sweetness. Have
push
that
it
high
through your
fructose
teeth.
corn syrup. Yeah, push it through your teeth. Exactly.
Let it find all those little cavities and nestle in there.
Exactly. Get in between there.
Delicious.
But to swallow it and bring it back up multiple times. They did say multiple times because you absolutely love the way it tastes.
I'm just going back for another sip if I love the taste so much.
Yeah. maybe order yourself another Bev.
You
a
deserve
second
it.
one. Yeah,
Get a 32
exactly.
ouncer. Spend some time with it.
Yes, get the venti. Let it happen. This feels very special to me, though.
I'm with you. This is special behavior.
Yeah,
I'm the regurg.
the regurg. That's what takes it over the edge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's unhealthy to throw things up like that. You're not a bird, baby.
No.
Unless you're a bird that knows how to type words and you submit it as normal.
This is from our bird fans.
The bird herd.
Yeah, the bird herd.
Subsect of the normcore.
Yeah, exactly. Just typing in from its nest. Being
Oh,
like, "Is it
no.
normal?"
Is it normal to get up and eat worms?
Yes.
Wow, weird. A lot of
Love
submissions.
how it tastes.
Not so sure.
Yeah, definitely sugary beverage swallowed, then regurgitated back into my mouth. Woo! Yeah, maybe just try other things. I mean, there's candy. There's other ways you can get sugar.
You can get this rush from somewhere else.
You can.
Just
You can.
a single consumption
Exactly.
will do ya.
Exactly. Yeah, and don't be afraid of multiple sips.
Don't. Yeah. Life is short.
Yeah.
You could just swallow it one time
Yeah.
and then move on.
You don't have to do this. You don't have to continue to live this way. But yes, you are special and we appreciate you for that.
And I hope
will
you're
say that.
brushing the fuck out of your teeth too.
Me too. Me too.
Okay. Continuing on the food train. Is it normal to, this is a live show submission. Love to see this. Okay. Is it normal to mix your peanut butter and jelly into a purple brownish mess before you put it on your bread? I mean, why the heck would you do this? There's some judgment.
There's judgment.
So this was clearly someone putting their friend, partner, countryman on blast.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the question, though. Is it normal to mix your peanut butter and jelly before you put it onto your bread? I've never even thought of it. I'm cleaning off the knife before I dip the knife into the jelly or the peanut butter after one or the other. Like, I'm not trying to mix. I mean, I want it to mix on the sandwich, mix in my mouth. Yeah.
But I don't want it to mix
In the
before.
jar.
Not in the jar.
No, why are we so righteous about the purity of our peanut butters and jellies when we do inevitably mix them together?
Yeah.
Is it because it looks disgusting.
It sounds like it looks, the purple brownish mess
like a
sounds
concrete
nasty.
paste.
Yeah.
Now, what some Smuckers maybe did create
Yes.
the squeezer. Didn't they have the swirly squeezer combo of PB&J?
They did.
Okay.
The same people who brought you the Uncrustables.
They're innovating PB&J consumption.
Exactly. But I remember that I never was attracted to that. I mean, it looks pretty, the jar with the jelly, the peanut butter all striped down it, but I was never
never wanted to try that.
Yeah, I never thought to buy it.
No, me neither. And I guess I just was like, I think I always imagined that neither the peanut butter nor the jelly would be that good.
Right.
Because I am a bit of a jelly snob.
Oh.
I'm a preserves person.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm I'm getting the glass jar jelly.
Okay.
I want some chunks in it. I do.
Okay.
And then I'm a little more of a free spirit when it comes to my PB. Sometimes AB if I get some almond action.
Ooh, love almond butter.
I love almond butter too. Way more expensive.
Yeah.
Double.
Yeah, something is happening with almonds for sure. Yeah.
They're giving peanuts away.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This never thought to mix up a mortar of peanut butter and jelly to bind two pieces of bread together.
Yeah.
I don't hate the idea.
I might try it. Because I am curious. I'm like, do the flavors mix better? Are you you can get your specific ratio on probably really nicely. A little bit of this, little that. So I am curious to try, but it just is so. This has expanded my mind. I wouldn't have tried unless I'd heard this is something someone did.
Yeah. I'm assuming that this is a pretty unique trait. I don't know that anybody does this. I think almost all of us are in the clean the knife game.
Yeah.
Or like that's the debate when it comes to PB&J is do you clean your knife off or are you a monster?
Yeah.
Who's cross-contaminating?
My fiance, a bit of a monster.
Oh,
he's a little bit of a cross-contaminator. Yeah. I'll look at the jelly and I'll be like, oh, Isaac had like peanut butter toast this morning because there's a little bit of peanut butter in that jelly.
Do you try to scoop it out?
I'll like sometimes move it, or I'm just like go on another side of the jar or something.
Okay, maybe move it, maybe leave it, but you wouldn't claim it. You wouldn't take that piece out and put it on your bread?
No.
I think I would. I think I would be like, I think I could step outside of myself for a moment, like out of body, remove it from the jar and then use it because I know that in my heart it's okay that they touch, but then I could look at the jar again and be like, oh, here you are. This is my nice jar.
Yeah.
My dad was like very vigilant, like clean knife man.
Okay.
Like, it was a capital sin in the household if you mixed the PB and the J in the jars. So I'm sure I inherited that.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask you, how do you clean it? Do you clean it on the bread? Do you clean it on...
So it depends on... So with PB&J, I'm cleaning with a paper towel because it sticks a little more.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing like a mustard and mayo sandwich or something, I'll just clean it on the bread because that comes off a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, I'm into that.
But I like the knife looking like freshly washed again, basically. Sometimes I'll rinse it under the sink.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't rinse peanut butter.
You can't really rinse peanut butter.
Peanut butter says no.
No. Yeah, absolutely.
You get peanut butter wet, you're creating a whole different monster. It's like a more powerful, stickier substance.
It multiplies. It's like gremlins. Yeah. Just little peanut butters come popping out. But yeah, I'm like clean knife game for sure. So.
Oh, yeah. In the spirit of vulnerability and full disclosure and... you know, at the risk of nobody trusting my household again, I've licked the odd knife before I've stuck it back in.
Oh.
I've done it. I know it's disgusting. I just had to say it because it was going to bother me if I just kept it to myself.
No. I
feel good.
Yeah. It's good to get that off your chest. You got to let it free. I've definitely done that before. I did it more when I lived alone.
Of course, yeah.
I don't do it as much living with someone because I never know who's going to be over. I'm like, maybe I want to give my friend a piece of jelly bread when they come to visit my home. That's what you can expect in the Yeoman Campbell Smith household. Fresh toast for everybody. But yeah, the licking it, I used to do that a lot when I lived alone. I feel like it's for the environment.
For the environment.
For the environment. Yes. You're not wasting water. It's going to your tum-tum.
You take 2 fingers and run it up the either side of the butter knife, maybe.
Ooh, yes.
That's a possibility.
Right.
If you got the nice clean hands. But I just, I feel like this podcast, in the spirit of letting people know, like, the range of human abilities, I had to share that sometimes I'll lick it and stick it.
Yeah.
I don't do it all the time. This is like when I'm feeling frisky, but I do. Yeah, I'm very curious about other people's knife usage.
Yeah, let us know. Do you lick it and stick it?
Peanut butter first or jelly first?
Yes, let us know that. What am I? Am I peanut butter first or jelly first? I think I'm peanut butter first, just because it goes on a little smoother. Jelly's harder to get. Yeah, and I also do it where peanut butter on one side piece of bread, jelly on the other piece of bread.
100%. Is there another way besides this submission of ordering it together?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know anymore. This submission has literally changed my worldview. So I'm like, are people putting it on both sides or
side one? I've got peanut butter in the northeastern and the southwestern quadrants, jelly in the opposite. Other side of bread, switch it. So you have just it's like an amazing math project. To set it up. I don't know. Maybe if you were doing a sampler of different PBs or jellies.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason why my partner, Isaac, cross-contaminates is because he'll put peanut butter on the bread and then he'll spread jelly on top of the peanut butter.
And then put a naked slice on top of that?
No, then he'll make it like open face, like another slice that looks like that.
And then does he put them together, or is it two open faced,
just
two
two
slices,
open faced,
two peanut butter and jelly breads?
Yeah,
not a
peanut
sandwich.
butter, yeah,
All
but he
right.
calls it peanut butter bread because it's minimal on the jelly. And it's not a full sandwich.
And the jelly's a garnish?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know.
This
and
is
I feel
eye-opening.
like it's like in this range of what this person's saying. So I'm like,
I'm sorry, I just realized I was really clenching the microphone when I was thinking about this peanut butter bread. Like white knuckling
like,
it.
what is this?
Wow. I'll do that with peanut butter and honey.
Right.
Two open honey on top.
That makes sense. But
But
with jelly, that's why how he ends up cross-contaminating.
Yeah,
it.
for
So,
sure. Yeah. There's no way around it at that point unless he is a knife wiping.
Exactly.
So peanut butter, wipe, jelly.
Right.
Yeah. Oh man.
But he does it one slice at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucks over the jars in the house.
Using a fork in one.
Yeah, exactly. Spoon. Who knows? Who knows?
Absurdity.
But this submission, mixing it before you put on your sandwich, I think that is special.
I think that is deeply, deeply special.
Yeah. Innovative.
I was going to say the same thing, borderline innovation here, because, however, innovations in my mind also are somewhat efficient. And this is going to create an extra dish.
Okay, you're right. So maybe it's not innovative. Maybe it's something else.
Deviant.
It is. It is.
You could do
Special and deviant.
You could do it. Like, I bet it tastes really good, honestly. I bet if somebody gave me a sandwich and didn't tell me about this and I ate it, I'd be like, this is an incredible peanut butter and jelly.
I think so too.
That's where the respect that I have for this.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't see it's like, I don't want to see how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's some innovation, but
yeah. Ooh.
Spicy submissions.
Spicy. Yeah. Let us know your food quirks queries. We want to know if there's anything you do weird with food. This is on par with like the dipping the mayo and the saltine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is a good food quirk.
This is in that realm. So I want to know your weird freaky food habits.
Absolutely. Tomato opinions, butter storage techniques, soda consumption habits.
Yeah.
We would love to hear all about it. Yeah, until next time.
Yeah.
You better
like
it, share it,
review it,
subscribe by all means.
Yes, submit your submissions to the Google form in the description. We have something new coming for you soon, so be excited about that. A new way to submit. And yeah, I think that's it for today. So until next time, we love you. Oh, wait. That's not how we say goodbye.
Okay. Until next time, you're normal.
You're special.
And we love you.
Bye.